Mystery of the Tiny Blinking Light, January 27, 2013. By special request from Pam Herman, a self-taught crime scene investigator, I have a challenge for any of you that watch any of the mystery or crime-type TV programs. Early in December, I was out on my nightly walk when one of my neighbors, Brian and Fallon Dixon, came around the corner and were surprised to see me walking on the edge of the road. We had a bit of a chat, but the next day they suggested I should consider wearing a couple of reflective strips on my jacket to make it easier for drivers to see me at night. On the weekend of December 8th and 9th, I was in St. Paul for the Hearts for Healing fundraiser for the 3 families of the Reset School tragedy. I purchased 2 items. Of course, many of you will remember that I purchased the Dwayne Rollison autographed Oilers jersey that I donated to Thomas and Sherry Wolitzki. But I also purchased a Helly Hansen safety jacket, complete with reflective strips. Once I got back to Foley Timber, I started wearing my safety jacket quite regularly for my nightly walks. It even had a special pocket to carry my pocket flashlight and another pocket for my cell phone, which I use with my earbud, so that if a customer calls, I don't have to take the cell phone out of my pocket. Marg commented that she was able to see me from half a mile back when she was coming my way in her car at night, so it certainly fulfilled its purpose. Now for the mystery that I challenge you to solve. When I started wearing my Helly Hansen safety jacket, I noticed something peculiar happening at night. I noticed, just once in a while, a brief light flash in the vicinity of my left shoulder. I started to comment on this light in a couple of my night walk stories, and apparently this piqued Pam's interest. I suspected that there was a very tiny light embedded in the hood or left shoulder of my safety jacket, which would produce a light, but only if there was sufficient darkness to activate the light. How cool! In fact, I remember one night the tiny light reflected off my gate sign, which is light reflective. When I got home, I went over my safety jacket with a fine-tooth comb, but found no evidence of a light or battery or sensor, yet the next night I still had a brief flash reflecting off my left shoulder reflective strip. I was stumped and again mentioned it briefly in my next nightly Facebook bedtime story. Pam messaged me to say that she had Googled Helly Hansen and couldn't find any reference to a nightlight embedded in the jacket. Finally, after about 3 nights of serious reflection on the problem, I wondered if I was the subject of some UFO that had me targeted. What else was I to assume, since I had no logical explanation for the tiny light? Are there any guesses as to the source of this tiny reflective light? Pam is not allowed to participate since I did message her with the answer on December 15th. Addendum. It wasn't too long before the guesses started coming in, and my Facebook friends nailed it down to my Bluetooth earbud, which blinks with a very faint blue light to signal that it is sending and receiving signals with my cell phone.